Hello and welcome back to the final 12 holes of the 27th Veterans Park Open presented by Legacy Discs and Ideal Discs. BigSexy commentary with you again, myself Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And we saw Eagle off to a really nice start. No real mistakes to speak of on the front 12 of this last round. Coda with a slip up, but nothing too bad. He's right there in the mix. But Miles had a couple of bogeys in situations where Eagle birdied, so he lost a couple strokes a couple different times. So we'll have to see him play a very solid final 12 holes if he wants to make a run at the 2017 VPO.
Absolutely, and hole 9 on our tournament course is a little downhill hyzer shot with a treacherous green. We're going to see these guys go with overstable putters most likely.
Yep, and this kind of looks like the flight of a AVR3. That's a total guess, just pure speculation here. Nice little tree kick kept him within the green there.
Coda out wide.
And a really nice
Really
shot
good.
there. Checked up nice. Right next to the basket. No further than 15 feet.
Austin trying to follow that line. This is coming in a little fast.
Oh. Caught the top end there of the tree. It's going to leave him, I'd say, at least 50 feet or so away.
And Eagle.
That was a lot of hyzer. Comes up a bit short, but he's probably around circle's edge, 30 feet or so. Jeez, that's just such an overstable disc.
It is really overstable.
He throws that thing flat and it lands at 6 o'clock. It's just crazy.
Austin just off from about 50 feet. Oh
no!
Man, Eagle just barely misses it.
Oh, tough break there. Gosh, that looked like a great putt.
Nice putt there from Miles. I'm a little bit surprised to see, this is, if any hole is going to be another star frame for us, I would have thought this would be doing it in the calm conditions.
Yeah, no kidding. And solid putts there from Miles and Landon, and Miles is going to need a lot more of that in these next 11 holes if he wants to make a good shot at this.
Definitely. Coda here with a big opportunity to gain another shot.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Coda's no stranger to top competition. If you're not familiar with Coda Hatfield, you're either not from the Midwest or you didn't pay attention around the 2005, 2006 to about 2010 period where he was doing really big things in that part of the country.
Absolutely.
And just one stroke behind Eagle. And watch out, we got a little battle brewing here.
Absolutely, man. Coda is really playing well. Hole 10, par 3 going up the hill at 291 feet. Big hyzer I'm expecting from these guys, considering that the wind is finally down and they're able to really get up there and attack this disc, or attack this hole with the disc on the angle they would really like.
Yeah, these holes as open as the green is, that airspace, if it's not windy, these are pitch shots. These are deuce or die type situations. So we'll see if these guys can rack up on these birdies.
Landon
looks
a little sawed off.
Appears to be a little bit early on the release, but looks like he may have some sort of look there.
Coda is out nice and wide. This is what I expected a birdie shot to look like, and it looks like I was just about right. It's a beautiful shot.
Wow. Yeah, that looked really nice. And the previous day we saw a similar shot, but as soon as the disc reached its apex, it just got slammed down in the wind.
Yeah, and this looks like it's going over by Landon's disc. Early release.
Oh, he's right next to it.
Austin out nice and wide. Little short.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it looked like it was maybe going to come up a bit shorter than it did, but he's got some power. Kept it high, but just enough power to get up to the green. And that looks ideal.
Yeah, getting up high, dropping right in there on the pin. A little bit of fancy backspin.
Wow. I mean, there's no slope. That's just pure spin and power that Eagle threw that with. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hard packed ground at its finest.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Tough little putt there with, looks like Landon has got the similar putt, maybe a little bit more inside. Perhaps that tree is not quite in the way as much, but looks like he probably had a low ceiling to contend with and was unable to keep the nose up enough. And Eagle fights through the pro backspin that he took there and makes a nice little putt there from about 25 feet.
Nice birdie.
And we've got almost tap-ins here from Austin and Coda. I wouldn't call this quite a tap-in, but it's the same result.
But tap it in he does.
Oh, yeah.
And Coda keeping pace, making Eagle work if he wants to come away with the championship.
Oh, yeah, you see that? He's pumped about this. This is great. This is good competition here.
Couple disappointed par drop-ins from Landon and Miles. Hole 11, par 3, 300 feet. This is the Texas Lone Star hole with the elevated basket and the cool-looking detail on the green. Gonna play much easier today with less wind, I would think. It was so windy in rounds 1 and 2. Very difficult to get the disc out of the gap. Really only Miles was having much success. I'm curious to see if Eagle will be going thumber again.
I think he will. I think that and look, we see Coda going with a thumber as well. And it was kind of a surprising play going into the amount of headwind that they had the round before. But 300 feet really isn't that far of a thumber to throw. If you have any sort of overhand game, I think that is a really solid play on this shot. And Austin throws a really beautiful low-line sidearm through the slightly narrower left side gap and just put it right up there by the star. And, yep, Eagle is going to be lining up another overhand shot here.
Looks like it's a little more driven this time. Might be able to get the distance.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure in practice, that's what he threw. Maybe it was less windy on Friday and Thursday leading up to the event. And he had a comfort level of getting out the gap. And so when the wind picked up, he just stuck with it anyways. And we tend to do that. You know, it's difficult to make changes to your game plan in the middle of an event as we see Landon outdrive the hole, which is pretty crazy considering how far uphill it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, the best shot is just the one that you're most comfortable with, even if it's not necessarily the ideal throw for that particular type of shot.
For sure. You have to play to your strengths. That is key in tournament disc golf. Wow.
And speaking of strengths, that was a huge effort there. Just comes up a bit short. Landon has been so close on some really nice putt attempts.
And Coda also off the cage.
I feel like he needed that one to put some pressure on Eagle.
Well, Eagle has quite a putt left still as well. Wow.
Oh, there's a great putt. And Miles has just been eating this hole up. I believe he missed his putt in round 1, but he had a great drive. Round 2, he put it inside the Lone Star and made his putt. And that's a huge putt. So great job with Miles on this hole.
And Eagle is in from 35, 40 feet. Great shot.
Look at that confidence. Just doesn't bat an eye. Just makes the putt. He doesn't care.
No.
Whatever.
And with the best drive in the group, Austin is in for birdie as well.
And converts on the nice putt there. I'm a bit surprised, if I'm going to be honest, with Eagle going overhand with a thumber here. I just don't really recall him throwing that many overhands on tour this year.
No. And there's a little upside down putt from Landon.
I wish I could read that plaque there right at the end of that star. I want to see what the star was dedicated towards. or who it was dedicated to, if it was a memorial, or if it was just dedicated to the great state of Texas.
You got to get back to the VPO if you ever want to read it, man. 860-foot par 4 on deck now. We are just going over the field all the way. Maybe we can see some rollers. Who knows?
Yeah, 860 feet. We're going to see some big shots here, hopefully. We're going to move the tee pad back. I'm sure the basket will remain the same. Don't know exactly where they'll be teeing off from, but it's going to be way back there. Oh, yeah, they're back in the woods.
Wow.
$860-foot hole, and they've got a 2-foot wide rubber mat to throw from. And that jogger just came around the corner right as Austin was throwing. He almost got his head taken off. Oh, man.
Eagle brings the roller.
That is a little bit too much turnover on that roller angle. It looks like he probably would have liked to have a little bit more cut.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to get a 2-step run up here from Miles.
2 steps and 465 feet probably. It's a nice throw.
Yeah. Miles is really good at shifting his weight. He gets a lot of power with his legs, and he doesn't need that much of a run-up to be able to drive into the disc.
And Coda with a nice crush as well. Big full flight.
And Coda has a very interesting grip, and I think that's due to the fact that the guy has just gigantic hands. I mean, he hardly is able to even get his fingers around the rim of the disc, so it's really interesting to see him throw. He has a really unique form, both in his backhand throw and in his putt, and I think that that's due to just having such long fingers. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And there's still going to be a lot of distance left here for Landon. Going to have to go with a pretty full shot. See how close he can get.
Oh, yeah.
Not
I mean,
bad.
he's still 55 feet or 60 feet or so. But, this is a long hole, and they're thankful that they're not playing this one in similar conditions from the day before, because this hole would be treacherous at this amount of distance.
Probably take half an hour.
Right? And that's Miles, who throws with a ton of distance. He came up short. I think Eagle probably has all the distance he needs to get to the pin. Let's see if he can put one near the green. And, he's just going to go ahead and... Oh, yeah. I thought for a second it might be going long, but looks like he's just pin high about 20 feet or so. Really nice shot there from Eagle.
Yeah, well done. Uh-oh. This looks like it got away from Coda a little bit.
And he needs to be very careful right now. Just missing that putt in the last hole. Eagle stepped up and hit it. Looks like Eagle is parked again. And just like that, he could be 4 strokes back at Eagle with not many holes left.
And Austin also maybe a little bit more turnover than he would like. I think that's going to be hung out to the right of the basket.
It's just so difficult. I don't know if these players can see the pin from where they are on their second shot. But a downhill blind 400-plus foot shot can be so difficult. You really have to trust your instincts on what disc you're choosing, what tree you're looking at in the background, or whatever your aim is.
Yeah.
And commit to it 100%.
Oh, man, a good effort from Coda. You could really see a good shot of him focusing in there, trying to make something happen from probably at least 60 to 70 feet.
Oh, Miles almost cashes it in from 55.
A little bit inside from Landon. Eagle with a chance to take a stroke on everybody.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Uncharacteristic. That was a surprise there. And look at this. I mean, this is just as long, if not longer, than this previous putt. I mean,
wow.
And that's what we talked about this earlier, Nate. This is what champions are made out of. You know, they just don't surrender those extra strokes.
That was a big putt for sure.
constantly up there in the major championships. He always puts himself in position by not taking unnecessary strokes. And although you could argue that it was an unnecessary stroke he took there in the first place by missing that first putt, he didn't surrender 2 strokes, and he made the quality par save.
Definitely. Everybody else tapping in their pars.
And at that distance, that is a quality 3. Eagle probably wishes, I'm sure he wishes he had that one back, but he still has a couple of strokes in Coda, but that could have been a big swing there.
Definitely. Hole 13, we have gone much longer here, 499 feet. Again, we are not totally sure whether we'll be playing to a new pin or just a new tee pad. Previously, this had been a reachable hyzer shot around that one large tree, but we'll see. We may see some really big air shots. 500, a very interesting distance at the professional level because these guys do have the arm to reach it.
And it looks like we have a new tee pad, and we see Austin, wow, holding up with that anhyzer. Huge release.
Wow.
Comes in, and that's exactly how you want your disc to land. You want to get that full flight. You want it to land flat. Comes up still a bit short, but it looks like we're going to see a roller here from Eagle. I don't know. There's just something wrong about Eagles rolling. Eagles are meant to fly, man. Eagles are meant to be up in the air.
Curling in late. Certainly has the distance. A little bit off the line.
We've seen him make them from that distance before, but that's not what he drew up there. And Miles with the somewhat rare roller. I don't think we've seen him throw any roller shots so far in this event.
No, I don't recall any either.
Certainly showing off that he has a full range of skills. Throwing everything from a roller to 36 grenades. He's even thrown some backhands in there too.
As well.
And that's going to come up a bit short.
Yeah, twisted through its progression a little bit too fast.
And I think Landon is going to be going with a rare shot.
Yeah, a rare shot in that it flew very, very high, turned over, and then hyzered out. That is a rare thing in this game, but a beautiful thing. Also, a nice high approach, spiking the forehand in right to the green. Great shot.
Well done. I believe that was a harp, it seemed like. Maybe a soft one, the way that checked up. It really hit the ground and just stopped.
Coda crushed it a little, but he should be okay.
Yep, that right. I feel like anytime that's a putt for birdie, that's a good putt to have for birdie. That's a putt for par. Ugh, not what you're looking for.
Especially on a hole that's coming in at 499. I mean, you get the big crush, but you ought to have sort of a half shot type distance even off of a bad drive.
Right. Yeah, that's about as far as you ever want to be on a 500-foot hole in 2 throws. Let's see if he feels the pressure here. Oh, yeah. Dead center. That was a perfect stroke there. A nice par save.
And everybody else is pretty close. Could be a second straight hole with the entire group taking the same score. Which I'm sure Eagle is okay with, considering he's sitting on a small lead.
Yeah, he came into this round with 6 strokes on the top score from second card. And unless somebody's doing something just phenomenal, I think he feels pretty safe that as long as he holds this card off, he will be the champion of the VPO. But he still has to hold off.
Bradley Williams, Nate Perkins on that second card, I believe, or maybe even third. Some quality players still in the hunt back there.
Oh, there certainly is. So I'm sure he's not trying to count his chickens yet. But
no, certainly not. Don't want to count your chickpeas before they're cooked.
That's the way that's what they say.
Yeah, hole 14, par 3. We are going across the field, 549 feet. Kind of a nice looking little green here next to the rock walls.
Again, we're going to be able to see these guys do a full onslaught of crushes, and we're going to see Austin go with the roller. He tried the air shot last hole, said, that roller thing you guys are doing looked fun.
Yeah, and that was good angle. Looks like it's just flipping a little bit too early, but it might come back a bit. Yeah, big distance.
Yeah. By coming back, you mean back to the tee?
Yeah, backwards, unfortunately.
Again, we can't emphasize this enough. This is a forward-going hole. You do not want to throw backwards.
Yeah, let's see if Eagle got that memo, or is he going to turn one right around backwards here?
This is looking good.
Wow.
He's going to cross a path momentarily. He even catches grass on the other side. But here we go. And once again, we got to remind these players, you want the disc to go forward.
Look at all that backwards progress, all that energy put into getting farther from the hole.
It begs the question, why would he want it to do that?
Yeah, it does. And here is another roller.
And I don't think this is going backwards. This is a lot of cut. It's rolling forward. And uh-oh. If this cuts forward, oh my gosh, he's got to cross the path. This is a bomb.
I will give that fully forward progress. That was very nice.
Mm-hmm. That's going to get the big German Nate Sexton seal of approval on roller angle right there. That was sweet.
Look at this. That is so ambitious. He went with so much airtime, and they not able quite to get the angle for the full roll he was looking for. And Landon sets it down with quite a bit of cut, but it looks like a very flippy disc the way that turned in the air.
It looks like a party. I feel like if I could ever have that on TV constantly at a party, I would have a really good time.
You're probably right. Coda up and across the path right to the basket.
Oh, yeah. And unless we see a throw-in. Yeah, I would be surprised to see anyone. And we're going to see a long putt attempt here from Miles as soon as these guys get done with their approaches. But I would be very surprised to see any scores other than a 3 on this hole.
Eagle tries to give it a bid, not quite.
And I'm gonna give Miles about a 34% chance of making this putt.
That's a nice percentage from this range.
Well, he's a great putter.
He really is.
Oh, wow. Goodness. And he is just off the top flight of the rim. And that was such a good bid.
So close. Oh, no. Well, I was about to say a third consecutive hole with no separation, but I think we're going to have some now that Landon's putt splashed out.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We could see 4 of those missed putts. Nope. There we go. He's in.
No. Austin is in as well. Coda with a 3 and Miles almost a 2.
Oh, that would have been such a beautiful 2. Gosh, I mean, he was probably less than half an inch of height away from that thing, just scooting over the rim.
On a 550-foot hole, too. Wow.
And Miles got the memo. He kept it rolling forward the whole way.
Hole 15, par 3, 453 feet. Another new hole for the final round. Looks like we've got some out-of-bounds flagging, delineating that parking lot and planter area. And we are moving under the trees, or maybe over with these guys' power, and to the left. Yeah,
this is a very difficult hole. The height of these trees makes it very tricky to go up and around. You really have to hit the perfect airspace here to be able to get anywhere near this green. And if Austin doesn't, if he's not careful, he might be... Oh, no, he's safe, but he's going to be pretty well short.
That was a massive shot. He got way up there. Eagle maybe keeping it a bit lower, able to bite off a little more distance, perhaps.
Oh, and gosh, that was, that had every bit of the distance to get there. Just caught the last couple of things that were in the flight path, and he's still got to look, but that was going to be probably parked that it not hit anything.
Miles up and over as well.
And there you go. You see just the width of these trees just plays tricks. It's so difficult to get around that and swing in late to the pin. Let's see what Coda has here. He's going a little bit more of a direct route. Yep, right into the tree.
Landon over the first one.
Oh, no. Not quite. So close.
He goes back to that trusty mid-range forehand.
He's got a really great flick approach game. It's a tool you don't see players use as often as it probably should be utilized. Landon is showing how to do it.
Yeah, he is.
And see if Austin can make a huge putt here. This would be pretty cool. Oh, just left. Very close. Nice effort there.
An eagle for a huge birdie.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Well done, Eagle.
If he can keep that up, that is making it so tough on the field. If he's picking up birdies like this, able to stretch that lead late in the tournament.
Yeah, that's going to give him 3 strokes clear of Coda and Landon, who looked like he had parked his approach. I guess was about 28 feet long.
And he's got a second straight missed putt. That's going to be frustrating.
And it's difficult in his position here because he's under a lot of pressure too. He knows how many people were right there on his tail on the second card. So it's not. He knows that he can't catch eagle, but that's not what it's about for him right now. He's trying to play his own battle, trying to hold off anybody from the card behind.
Yep.
Oh, and Coda has to. I mean, not Coda. Miles has to look at that twice as the basket was moving when his putt came in. That could have been that could have been pretty annoying.
Eagle with a highlight 2 stretches his lead over Coda to 3 strokes. Looks like a double Mando here on 16, 280-foot par 3. Between the trees and across the field, looks like it finishes a little bit to the left. Cool looking tree there that you got to dodge at the end.
Yeah, this was originally a bonsai tree that fit inside a ball glass, but it outgrew the glass and has grown to a 50-foot high tree, and I'm making all this up.
Look at that slide.
Oh my goodness, that must have been 60 feet of no skip, just straight slide on the ground. That was really cool.
Wow, forehand. He's going to go outside the bonsai?
Oh, and no, he has hit the bonsai, which is actually disrespectful in many cultures.
Miles is through. This looks really good. Wow, a little deep even.
Oh, yeah. Looks like we have a Tennessee fan somewhere here in the heart of Texas.
Yeah, a generous one, though, at least, willing to loan out his basket.
They've been using that basket. Oh, goodness, that is a terrible kick and the worst possible time for Coda.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. And with Eagle all but parked. And, oh, look at this. This is a great shot.
Beautiful shot from Landon.
Oh, excuse me. That is not a Tennessee tee. That is a Texas tee, which makes way more sense. But I saw the crosshatch, or the crosses, or not the crosses, the checkers.
Oh.
And that's a Tennessee. The checkers are a Tennessee thing. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on here.
Our apologies. That's clearly a Longhorn basket.
This is a really big putt for Coda.
Oh, no.
Man. And Eagle can sense victory now at this point. Even if Miles makes his putt, he's still going to be 5 strokes back of the pace. And that's a great putt. But at this point, this is kind of a battle between second and third place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still quite a few holes to play, but this is a big moment for Eagle to really be able to take control.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he does it.
He's 5 strokes clear of the field at this point, and the way he's playing, and it doesn't look like he's doing anything special. He's just playing within his game, shot after shot, and he's not, letting anything up there. And oh goodness, that barely stayed in on the left side of the basket.
Wow.
And they've been using this basket on this hole for many years. I remember this basket on this hole from must have been 2011. Oh goodness, Austin. That's an unfortunate 3-putt.
Yeah, it is. And look at this drive, though.
That's great. Perfect execution there from Landon.
A couple of 4s and a couple of 2s. Hole 17, par 4, 628 feet across the field and into the trees. Could be an opportunity for another big roller or just any air shot as far as you can throw. There really isn't anything in the way till very late in the hole.
Yeah, and I think this is a good opportunity to see Eagle kind of, he's got the separation he wants. I wouldn't be surprised to see him land down a highlight roller here.
That would be fun to see, but unfortunately for us, it looks like he is going to the hyzer well. Perhaps that batting cage or whatever that is in the way of the ideal roller line.
Well, that, and for the first time we're seeing the hole at player eye level, which is uphill, which makes it a bit tricky to get back down to lay down the roller the way you'd like. So, yeah, I think that these guys are going to try to air out a huge air shot here.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't want to see anyone throw a disc and land inside that batting cage, but I think it would be pretty hilarious if it happened.
It wouldn't be that funny because they'd just go grenade and it'd be parked and we'd just have to be like, wow, what a shot, birdie, okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Landon, big shot out around. Looks like that is certainly the play.
Yep, 3 for 3 on that shot.
And here is a little different approach. But a similar result, maybe just a little bigger.
It looks like there
is that mandatory?
It looks like it is. I think that's why we saw Eagle hold his drive out so far to the right. It was just to avoid even playing with, at this point, it's not about getting birdies. It's about avoiding big numbers.
Yeah.
And we see pretty much 4 similar shots there. Eagle's a bit further off to the right than the others. Yeah, I mean, we're, with the number of forehand approaches that Landon's been throwing, him hyzering out the big air shot, that's definitely a mandatory on that tree.
Definitely.
And he is not going to be as close as he'd like to be, but I'd say he's in the shopping mall. Oh, no.
Drop's just a little short.
It's hard to tell how short that is exactly. Oh, uh-oh. Where do we... Oh, this is the hyzer. Just the hyzer, folks.
Okay. Wow.
Don't worry. Everyone's safe. No grenades. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. And
that's crazy.
Texas is one of the states that likes to use a 2-meter rule sometimes. I don't know if that's in play. I didn't see an out-of-bounds ticker on the screen, so I'm going to go ahead and say that he is safe. However, VPO is an old course.
Yeah.
A lot of tournament players here have been playing for a long time. Look at that. Just perfect execution there on that shot there from Austin. But I wouldn't be that surprised if the old school mentality of 2 meters is in effect is happening here at this tournament.
That's going to be tough to retrieve, too. And Coda's not going to be happy with that effort.
Yeah, that was pretty uncharacteristic for the rest of the day for his putting effort that we've seen so far. And look at this.
Yeah, Eagle is taking control here for sure. He is cruising now.
Yeah, the Eagle has landed, as they say.
From behind the tree where he takes his mark, Miles is, oh man, just off to the right.
I haven't had one 50-50 putt stick this weekend. Not one.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, it is still a 2-man race, but that 2-man race is now for second and third, and that's pretty much a sure thing at this point.
Yes.
And you know, honestly, there wasn't that much separation, so there could be a run put up by the second card.
Absolutely.
I don't imagine anybody could be playing so much better than Eagle that they could have made up those 6 strokes.
No way.
But 7 under and 8 under, this has kind of become a birdie or die course. These par 4s are relatively tame in this calm condition. You know, when you have 560-foot par 4s, that equates to a lot of birdies.
Yeah.
And a lot of these shorter holes are pretty birdieable. So 7 under, 8 under, the number of holes they've played so far, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from second card has jumped up and is somewhere in the mix with them.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of birdieable holes, we've got one right here. Hole 18.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Whoa.
Grenades are being thrown up in here.
Grenade
And that's
has
like,
hit the pin.
that might be like the 8th pin shot we've seen from a grenade. I mean, it's just craziness.
It's getting ridiculous.
Madness has ensued at the Veterans Park Open.
I need to go practice grenades, and I was hoping I wasn't going to have to, but I am going to have to, because look out, here comes another one, and it's parked.
Oh, man, bombs away. Oh, no. And maybe that's
catches
why.
a branch.
I mean, that looked like a beautiful throw there from Landon. I mean, nice and wide and low, and yet that still caught one of those rattlesnake trees.
This could take a couple of skips. Looks pretty good.
And if you're
It's
asking
no grenade,
yourself,
but it's pretty good.
if you're asking yourself, why is Jeremy calling these rattlesnake trees? The answer is, I don't know. I just don't know. I just haven't. I've just been calling them that. That's the only reason.
It's been a long year. I mean, you know.
Oh man. Goodness.
Little scorpion tried to get him. He had to stomp on it, I think.
Good putt there from Coda. He's a little bit dejected. The putter's kind of been lost in the last couple of holes where it's been so clean and solid for the rest of the day.
Yeah. And just obviously feeling that his chances really slip away as Eagle just keeps his foot on the gas here.
Yeah, I mean, and again, he's hit the pole in this shot here. He's going to be tapping in, and just no letdown from this player. This youngster is just, like some players have the ability to put together solid tournaments, and some people have the ability to have those stretches where they just go in cruise control, and they can put together 12 to 13 straight birdies in a row. And I know Eagle hasn't birdied 13 straight holes in a row, but he's just put together another solid tournament, very few mistakes, played incredibly well on the wind on day one, and has played very solid golf all day today so far.
Yeah, he's really been able to manage the course. Whatever situation's thrown at him, whatever wind, whatever his competitors are doing, he's just kind of sticking to his game plan, making it look a little bit easier than it actually is.
That's right.
And it looks like we might see a thumber from Eagle here. And it's a little short.
A little backhand air shot coming up here from Miles.
And this is just a stall play. Needs to just fade back eventually, hopefully. No, it just stays way out to the right.
just never wanted to hyzer.
Another thumber, Coda this time. Looks
This
like
one
it does
looks
have a
pretty
little
good.
more power.
Oh, man. And
Wow,
that almost... Wow.
Right next to the
almost-
basket.
Almost volleyball spikes it in there.
Up and over with the forehand, and looks like that's caught up a little bit, but right through the pin.
Oh, yeah. He'll take that every time.
And a low line.
Oh, goodness. That was looking really nice, and he caught the other side of the ditch on the unfortunate upslope, and that has caused his disc to not get the skip that it probably deserved. Miles has to pitch up there for his par. Let's see if Landon can get the birdie that he probably deserves. Oh, and once again. Man, that is the third time we've seen him from well outside the circle with a great line. And look, yeah, there you go.
Eagle's on fire.
Look at that guy. That is a heart of a stone cold champion. Look at that guy.
He's not even cracking a smile.
Dude, he is. Is he even enjoying it? Like, I don't know what. That was in the air. He knew it was perfect and just. That's awesome. It's kind of intimidating. Kind of intimidating, but not like super intimidating, but like kind of intimidating. And Austin there and his birdie putt, he's in. And Miles will be rolling his old man cart up the hill and tapping in his par.
Yep.
No offense to people who push carts. I think it's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. You're just old.
Exactly. And Eagle pushes his lead up to 7 strokes. Just playing phenomenal. Playing phenomenal.
Hole 20, par 4. We moved the tee back, I'm guessing, and going to this pin again, but now 625, what used to be in that 425 range. So this is going to be tough because you can't be right early or you're in a really bad place. Eagle up first. And he's going with a low hyzer, just getting a bunch of distance.
And he keeps throwing these stingers with these hyzer shots, and it's crazy because he's not putting much momentum with his body into that shot. It's just he's using his arms as a catapult, and he's getting so much distance.
Yeah, just going with that explosive speed that he has. It just looks smooth, but the thing is coming out like a rocket.
And Coda has that little hop step that he does right there at the end where he kind of almost lifts off the ground as he throws, and he has a ton of power as well.
Yeah, he does. And Austin going up big hyzer as well, setting up that good angle over to the pin.
I mean, that was a crush, and you can see Eagle's disc is another 45 feet, maybe a little bit more up the fairway. I mean, it's a huge advantage this guy has.
Yeah, he's got a unique skill set for sure.
And Miles is pushing a little bit closer. Oh, wow. We might even have... I don't know. I don't want to say he outdrove Eagle, but he might not be further away from the pin.
He's equaled him.
Yep, that's pretty impressive.
And Landon putting out a smooth shot as well.
Oh, just narrowly avoids the low-hanging branches there.
Really good. Everybody should have pretty easy upshots, I would think. Those drives really looked good.
And a nice approach there from Landon. Beautifully thrown there. And so we see the galleries picking up here as the final holes of the 2017 VPO come to a close. It's nice to see that the patrons come in full support here.
Yeah, that's cool. Going to a knee. Just for show. Puts it up there on the green. He'll have a bit of a tester putt, though. Eagle's going to just jump putt this in for the fans.
Oh, and look at that in the background. A Kevin Keith sighting, a former Charlotte native who lives now in Dallas. And that is cool for probably only me and people that know him from Charlotte.
Yep, certainly not. You're not getting a rise out of me. I have not met Kevin.
One of the hosts of the Final Round radio show I'm sure that you listen to quite often.
Oh, I've met him before. I'm super excited about it now.
Nice putt for 3 there from Coda. And Eagle, and I said that, he might not be on a 13-hole birdie streak right now, but he's pushing a bunch in a row right now. He hasn't given a stroke to the field in a long time. And there's a smile from Eagle. You don't see that very often. I don't know if that was... It seemed forced. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the background said smile and he heard him and tried. Yeah, you got to smile, Eagle.
Saying, hey, man, you got to smile down the stretch this time. 4 birdies and 1 par for the group.
Oh, and that's it.
What? I didn't even realize we had reached the end already. Eagle making it fly by with those birdie after birdie.
Goodness.
Look at that comeback from Bradley Williams.
Bradley Williams takes sole second place, and like we predicted, there was some action on the second card. Nate Perkins jumps up to a solid finish for 3rd place, tied with Miles and Coda, but the story of the event was really the way the Eagle managed to battle the wind, comes out with a very impressive victory down in Arlington, Texas.
Definitely. Thank you to Jomez all year. Had a great time being part of this media team. Thank you to Germ. Thank you to Ideal Discs and Legacy Discs for their support. And we will be back in 2018, probably starting up with the Las Vegas event.
That's right. Can't wait to do that. Thanks for joining us this year, guys. We'll check you next time.